Hello, everyone. Myles.
Oh no.
Who spoke? Okay, right. Okay, we'll keep going. That was a great start. Right.
Don't like ever stop recording. Just keep it going because that's like B-roll and shit, isn't it?
Right.
Don't stop, huh? Don't stop.
Yeah.
Okay, can we start now?
Yeah, we can start now.
Alright.
Eggs.
My chair's quite noisy.
Oh, fuck.
Sounds like I'm farting.
Smooth criminal.
We haven't even started yet. We're 15 minutes behind schedule. We haven't even started.
Go! Stop messing about!
Right, okay, let's go.
Right.
Let's go.
No one make a noise. Myles.
Sorry.
Okay. Sam. Right. 3, 2. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the very first episode of That Whocast with myself, Ed. I'm also joined with Myles,
Hola.
Bonjour.
and last and least Harvey. Alright, so I won't lie, I can't tell if that's just his Wi-Fi going down yet again or if he's just annoyed that I said that, but you know what?
Or maybe because we told him to, we made sure he shut up for the intro and he's too scared.
Maybe he's got some...
I get very shy.
Very shy, okay. Right, so, if you're wondering what the hell this podcast is, we're going to now introduce it and just kind of say what it's all about. So, Sam, what's it all about?
I'm glad you fired it onto me. So this is a podcast by the Good Old Alliance Cinema Group, the mass majority of the Alliance Cinema Group.
Hey.
Okay, so
Who's Alliance Cinema?
What?
Who's Alliance Cinema?
I don't know if your internet's cutting out, or you're saying what's Alliance Cinema, or you're just saying Alliance Cinema over and over again.
Both.
Alliance.
This first podcast is sort of digging into our egos a bit and just sort of talking about us as individuals, our experiences with one another, how we met and whatnot. Spoiler alert: we don't know who each other are. This is our first time talking.
Yeah, I think I'm in the wrong Discord.
What is Discord?
Go back to the basement.
Yeah.
Oh.
Right.
The basement is where I belong.
Yeah, we
know.
tell.
We know, Harvey.
Oh.
It's okay. So I guess I should just go and introduce myself, be the first one to do it. Right. So I'm Ed, as I said before. I have a channel called Ed Who Deck, which I upload like my films that I've made on, and then I have a channel called Who Reviews, which I upload my films that aren't not Doctor Who. So yeah, that makes sense.
That was a very elaborate way of saying I make Doctor Who fan films.
Aren't
Yeah.
not Doctor Who.
Alright, I'm going to swiftly pass that one on to the next person. Who did I introduce second? Myles. We're going to go on to Myles now. Myles, what do you do?
I do more or less the exact same, but on the channel Socken Studios.
Ooh.
Yeah, that everyone pronounces it wrong.
So this is
So-
the first canonical way
Yeah,
of pronouncing
the first canonical pronunciation.
Sachin, right?
Or someone pronounced it Swashuin.
Oh, that was me.
Yeah, that was. I remember that.
Schlocken.
Swashin Studios.
I really like the World of the Unknown by Schlocken Studios.
Oh, me
Well,
too.
Well,
Right.
that hits.
Sam!
Ah!
Who are you?
Hello. I'm
What do you do?
Go Sam.
I'm Samuel Grant. I do pretty much what Ed did on both of his channels on just one channel. I make Doctor Who fan films and short films, whilst also making famous memes. They're not famous memes.
Famous memes.
Famous memes. Famous 87 viewed memes.
Ooh, you're right about the famous part.
Oh.
Right, and then Harvey, what do you do?
Right, well, I tried to do what the rest of yous do, except with bad Wi-Fi and bad everything, so that's a good start.
Okay. That is perfection.
You did two of a kind. That's worth mentioning.
That is true. That very good thing.
Right, okay. So now we've all introduced ourselves. How about a nice little change of subject? How did we all meet?
The subject's
the
very, very
introducts.
well changed there, hasn't it? The conversation's gone from
Yeah.
who are you to who are the other people to you.
Yeah. Right, so
Well, this is my uncle. This is my mother-in-law.
I think the first person I met was, I don't know,
No.
Harvey or Myles. One of them two.
I know the first person was Harvey for me. I knew him throughout 2017.
I think it was me for you, Ed.
Sam?
First person for me was Myles, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah,
First person
yeah.
I actually got to properly know was Myles. Any of you could have been in one of those wild ass group chats we had back in 2017.
Yes. Oh, yeah. I think I met Myles on via Facebook group chat.
Talking about cones, I think.
Cones, yes.
Yeah,
What kind of
traffic
cones? Traffic cones,
Like-
waffle cones,
Cornettos.
Traffic cones.
traffic.
They were orange.
Yeah, I think I was on the way back from somewhere. I don't know whether it was the airport or my grandma. I think it was my
Devon.
grandma's. Yes, my
Devon.
grandma's. Yeah, and I think there was heavy traffic, so I was extremely bored. So I was just like, I'm going to talk to this random stranger that I've never really spoken to before, and alas, a friendship was made. And here we are today.
Over traffic cones.
That's a touching
Yeah.
story.
I can't remember how I first met Harvey. I won't lie.
Oof. Am I that forgettable
Yeah.
to you?
I did actually uncover something especially for this.
Right.
I found one of the very first comments Harvey ever put out on one of my videos,
Right.
and that's how it sort of developed from there. Because then I ended up sort of writing for him for
Oh.
a series.
Let's
So we
see.
put release the episode already. I'm gonna burst if I can if I get any more excited because this looks so good.
I couldn't agree more.
So it would yeah.
Harvey, you're quite the fan then.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. Big fan.
God,
What
that sounds
little
like
of you
something
don't
you'd say
know.
today.
Little if you don't know, Harvey actually has a massive Socken Studios poster on his wall,
Oh, yeah.
designed none other than Lee Binding himself.
These three are here for the podcast. I'm just here to drool over Myles.
oh, I see.
Well, that's quite the sentence we now have on record.
Ah, beautiful. Set that as my ringtone.
That's my sole purpose.
I remember the first time I feel our friendship, our trust was put to the test, as it were, was when
Truly
I could
blossomed.
not get on to my phone, and I needed someone to sort of look over my social media and stuff just to make sure, like, if I was needed by anyone, I could get someone to alert me. So I chose Harvey for that job.
Were you needed by anyone?
I
I
was
don't
to do your
think
streaks,
anything.
was it not?
Well, yeah, but that sounds really sad. But
Oh, Myles, don't worry.
Well, back in the day,
people
they were essential. All the kiddie
they were
winks.
relatively new. They were relatively new.
Yeah, they were new
So-
by, like, I don't know, 6 years by that point.
Yeah. Let's stop being hard on Myles.
No, I said we'd be extra hard, Miles.
Oh no!
Oh.
Please no!
Don't worry, Myles. We'll let you off for now.
with a warning.
Was it successful, Myles? The test, the friendship test.
Oh yeah, there was a lot of things saved though into my sort of what was it?
Wink, wink.
Memories. That's what you call them. And there was like about half a dozen like photos of just you walking in a field.
Were your streaks intact?
I got a. I remember there was.
The answer's no.
Yeah, it was mainly because I had a friend who was quite passionate about the streaks, and I didn't want to let them down.
Yeah, did have a friend.
Yeah, and then not only did you lose that, you also lost the. You know how you get the little emoji things appear next to the names. Apparently
yeah.
you also lost one of those, so that
Oh, Harvey.
they vented their
disgusting.
unpleasance about it.
Yeah, but how did you expect me to keep like a best friend? What conversation would I have had with all
I
your
have
friends?
no idea.
That's a fair point.
It was such a weird time, those few weeks.
Right. How did we all meet Sam then? Because I want to single out Sam.
Oh.
Gone.
Uh,
Actually, I don't. Most of you, I want to tell the story of how I met Ed, but most of you, I don't think we can probably explicitly say how they met me online because
I think-
somebody will be watching it.
I
Probably.
think
me and Sam's circumstances
I think-
are not the best in meeting, but because it was mainly just sort of venting out similar thoughts and things. Although I feel like this one's okay. Our very first message was him sending a Minecraft skin over to me.
Oh.
Essentially,
Oh,
it was
what
a
was the
skin of
skin?
himself. No, essentially,
What a pickup
this...
line.
That's what I usually do. Thanks for leaking my plans online. No, it was I was asked to basically make Minecraft skins. Despite not being a Minecraft skin designer, I just made Minecraft animations at the point. You know, those two apparently go together.
Oh, yeah.
I was asked to make a skin of the entire group, and then the person who asked me was like, "Now send them all to every person individually. Do
yeah.
it."
Where was mine?
Good question.
Yeah, where's mine?
No, I do have one of you, Ed. And it was in the movie.
Do you?
Excluded.
Oh crap! Oh yeah. Oh, fair enough. Fair point. Oh well, that I didn't know that.
This is why I play Roblox instead.
Oh no, Roblox is insanely good though. Fair play.
Prison
Oh
life.
my
Yeah.
god!
I can never get out of
Jailbreak.
prison.
I remember the days. Oh, actually, this is something else. In 2017 as well, when Harvey and I sort of first knew each other, I was quite nervous about being. I don't know why being on Skype at this point. So me and Harvey would just sort of play Roblox.
Still am.
As a way of communicating.
Instead of English.
Yeah, they would communicate through the universal
chat.
language of Robloxian.
Yeah,
So the
yeah.
only way they spoke was through text chat on Roblox.
Yeah,
You know, like
yeah.
those
It's,
old,
it's
like,
been
you know,
complete
like,
silence.
you know, like those roleplay videos you get on Roblox where they, instead of using
Oh.
microphones, they type to each other.
Oh, that's so cute.
Love at
I
first
love it.
sight.
We
Yeah.
oof in peace.
That is beautiful. That truly is like heartwarming, to be honest.
I want to know the story Sam just mentioned though about
Oh,
you and
meeting
Ed.
Ed. Okay, meeting Ed for the first time. Actually, I say for the first time. This lasted for about at least half a month. Every call, because and I know this because you've brought this up again many times, like recently. It's your way of knowing if somebody, or to quote you, if you can't handle me at my worst, you can't handle me at my best. So you genuinely treat me like pure shit for the first like 2 or 3 weeks of being on the call.
Well, I wouldn't say that.
Okay, you did when other people were in the call, but if it's just me and you, there was mainly awkward silence and then a bit of conversation after a while.
I was a delight, Sam.
Oh, yeah. Maybe like an angel delight, which has been left out in the sun for about 3 weeks.
All right. That is pretty accurate, to be fair. I mean, okay. Well, I think the way to describe it is I have quite. My sense of humour is like, it's not apparent that I'm like making a joke to a lot of people. So the way I kind of, if I want to make like a friend with someone, the way I usually do it is I turn my sense of humour up to 11, and if they can handle that, then they can handle me. Sorry. No. I literally like. I turn it up and I just put it on at the max, and if they can handle that, then they're fine with me, honestly. So that's kind of what I do.
Did
And
you? Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say, did anyone
Mhm.
see what Ed's sense of humor ended up doing on Twitter?
No.
Oh god.
Oh,
No.
that's quite a start to a story.
What did it do?
When
Even I don't know.
when the Series 12 trailer for Doctor Who came out, there was someone who said something along the lines of "looks mediocre" or something like that, and then he put "shut it," and then he was like, "Okay," and he removed his tweet.
Oh god. No, I was. Oh yeah, that's the thing. I'm
That,
very
that,
sorry.
that
I
wasn't
said-
Ed joking. That was Ed being serious.
To be fair, I'm very protective over the Chibnall era.
We
yeah.
did not make this podcast to promote cyberbullying.
Or maybe
No,
that is its true
no.
reason.
No, okay, I could have been saying that honestly, but I remember that, and I remember I was saying that as sarcasm, but it's kind of hard to like get across sarcasm over like messaging. So,
I
take full
can
blame
read
for
your
that.
message in sarcasm quite well. Whenever I see a message from you saying hi, I know like, oh, for God's sake, here he is.
Yeah,
Be
yeah,
sarcasm.
yeah.
That's
Yeah,
also
why would I
funny
wanna
because
talk
you
to
never message me.
Right. Right, but yeah, I think like I remember Sam just joining like a group Skype call that I was on, and like I think it was me, you, and like Alex or something, and we were on the call.
There was, because it was there was Alex doing like his impression of Tom Baker, but saying really like Nazi lines, which we will not repeat on the podcast.
Yeah, but I just remember like being there, and I was like, who the hell is this? I'd never heard of you before, because apparently you're quite famous. Look at all your subscribers, but
I was the world-renowned FAB Entertainment at that point.
ooh,
That hostility.
but I was sat there like, who's this? Who the hell is this little prick from up north? But then got to know each other, and now I've slept in the same room as him plenty of times, and yeah.
Room. That's a bit generous. Bed.
Okay. Anyway, moving on from that. Anyone else have any stories about meeting each other?
I remember the first time.
Oh, sorry, I've got sound again.
Oh.
My everything just sort of shut down and it's cut my sound off. Like
Oh.
Oh.
I wasn't paying attention to the timer on my monitor, saying like, "Yeah, you've got a few seconds left to live, buddy."
Oh.
Oh no.
It's because Ed's story was so entrancing.
Yeah.
Well, they put my
Really
computer
was.
to sleep.
Yeah.
Alright. Anyway, what did I ask? Oh yeah, does anybody have any stories?
Yes. The first time me and Ed were just together on one call, he ended up inviting me onto his friend Minecraft server.
Not the
So
Minecraft
just-
server.
He ended up sort of showing me all these like redstone like contraptions, which is like for people who don't know,
I vaguely
it's like
remember that.
circuitry.
For people who don't know,
Things.
redstone is a ore in Minecraft you can collect. When you break it, you get XP, and you usually get about approximately 6 pieces of redstone per block. This is used to make circuitry in Minecraft, like piston doors and TNT bombs.
Alright, nerd. So, I kind of vaguely remember.
I
that,
remember
Myles.
my first.
Oh, go on.
I remember my first ever. Well, it was quite an honour. My first ever Who Reviews Live.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
I do too, slightly, a little bit,
Oh god.
weeny teeny bit.
That was a while ago.
I just remember being at my grandma's house and watching. I can't remember if it was actually Mind of the Mystery or whether it was just the trailer.
There was never a trailer, so it must have been Mind of the Mystery.
Okay, definitely Mind of the Mystery. Why wasn't there a trailer?
I think I finished the episode like a day before like it was coming out, so I was like, "There's no point at this rate."
Oh, so you didn't pull an unfriended proxy then?
No.
So has
Yeah.
promotion only been your strong point recently?
Yeah.
With Zoom.
Oh yeah.
promotion.
yeah. Mind of the Mystery. I wish we could forget about that. That was an atrocity from start. That was a train wreck.
No.
I hope we never forget. In fact, I will not
How
forget.
could we forget Mind of the Mystery when Red Nose exists?
Oh no! Don't bring that.
Oh, Sam, you make a fair point.
Oh,
That is the
to be fair,
peak of
the thumbnail
atrocious.
for that.
Ooh, Myles.
Oh.
It is
I
beautiful.
don't know what I was thinking when I made it.
I don't think you were thinking, to be honest.
No.
Right, shall we talk about the first time we all
Blood
ever
of the
met
Beast.
up in one big cumulative group?
However, though, before we do that, there's something we need to say. A thank you to Ewan Hunter, aka More
Yes!
Expensive, for making the
Oh.
artwork.
Yes.
It only
Everybody
took
say
us-
thank you.
Thank.
Yes.
Gracias.
Thank you.
He
Thank
did it
you.
voluntary at like 1 to 3 in the morning. What? Not 1 to 3. Not 1 minute to 3. Between 1
1
and
to 3.
1 minute to 3.
And we thank you very much. The artwork turned out beautifully, and
yeah. Thank you very much. It's a cool artwork, and we all love it very
to bits.
much.
A bit too much.
Yes.
We all love it a bit too much.
Go,
That's
go.
fair, that's true.
We appreciate.
A wee follow on
Yes.
the interwebs.
Anyway, enough about him. It's all about us, this podcast. No, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Narcissism.
I appreciate it. And
Moving
thank
on
you for making
swiftly.
me- Yeah. Oh, can we stay out the fact that I'm actually the tallest one in the artwork, and yet I'm the smallest one in real life. So, thank you.
No. I'm gonna have to.
Grossly misrepresented.
Yeah, we're gonna have to put in some feedback about this.
No,
I have to squash you.
Myles. I think it's perfect. Thank you very much. Anyway, back on track. Let's talk about the first time we all ever met up, in person together.
It was the summer of 2019.
It was.
I think
All right.
there's a bit of background, I think, first, though. I think, well, when was it? 2018, October, I think. Yeah, October.
It's when we begin
October.
spy movie music, like when they're coming up with a plan in the background. Dun,
Yeah.
dun, dun, dun,
Dun,
dun,
dun,
dun,
dun.
dun, dun.
That's when Ed and I first met in the
It is,
flesh.
yeah. We met up a few times prior to.
Right,
like,
the
all
question
of us
was when
meeting
we
up.
met up. Don't flex your previous encounters.
All right.
Oh no! It was just,
Yeah, God.
it was just a sort of leading
sorry.
up thing. Because
Yeah.
I was just going to say, the 2019 summer meetup was in talks for about, dare I say, a year? A year?
I think it was kind of close to.
Because it was mentioned before Sam sort of
Uh-huh.
joined us, but but when Sam joined us, I don't know why, it sort of just accelerated. So Sam was like a
I
catalyst.
think once
for
I
this
get
meetup.
onto a project, I'm committed to finishing a project. So as soon as we started working on Annihilation, I wasn't dropping that.
Mhm.
Uh huh.
Ah, yes. Beyond the grave.
Right. Okay.
But yeah,
Committed.
I think So Myles and I met up what was it 3 times before, 2 or 3 times?
Mhm.
Yeah, and
Three's
then
the magic number.
all right, Harvey. And then so I think it was when did we meet up in summer? It was July, wasn't it?
July,
It
yeah.
was July, yeah. So then, what was it? We all met up at my house to film what we thought was going to be Annihilation, but obviously we're going to have to redo it all now.
That's Annihilation 1. Now we're uploading Annihilation 1.5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can be fancy and say we had a rehearsal.
Yeah.
Or a read through.
Uh-huh.
It was a live read-through. Like,
Yes.
On set in costume with all the actions.
Oh, yeah.
So Myles had already been to my house. I think you'd been once before around my birthday, a few
Aye.
months prior.
Yeah.
Yeah, around May. So, yeah, Myles had already been to my house, and I think you were the first one to arrive. What was it? The day before Sam did.
I came up the day before because I thought it'd just be a massive inconvenience. I mean, I probably could have arrived the same day, looking back now, but in case our timings of arrival clashed, I didn't want to make it stressful that you need to go to Heathrow and then you have to go to Twyford.
see, that's the real
Or-
reason Harvey didn't come at the same time as us as well. He just didn't want to be an inconvenience, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, Harvey.
Well, he still was an inconvenience, to be fair, but...
Oi, don't turn it on me. I didn't come because you three were the inconvenient
Oh,
ones.
fair
Oh.
enough.
Dun dun dun!
I didn't like that being in sync. I'm sorry.
Right.
I feel threatened.
So yeah, Myles arrived first. I think it was on the Sunday, and I had to work that night, so Myles was stuck at my house on his own, with my parents, which can't
We
imagine was
watched.
fun.
It was.
Honestly,
I
that
actually
sounds
had
like
quite
the
a
good life.
pleasant time. We watched a tournament of a sport.
A sport.
A sport.
Yeah.
Was it
Miles
golf?
isn't aware of what sports are, so it's just a sport.
I can't remember what it was. One with a ball.
You told me it was netball.
We've all got balls. It's got it was like the basketball and netball style ones.
Right.
Cheeky.
It was just this new sport that Miles has never seen before. It was the first time it was on TV and the only time.
And then we watched a program about some big, like, wild places in the world, which was quite
Wonderful.
something.
That sounds like honestly incredible.
So, Ed, when I got there, where was our screening of Blue Planet 2?
Oh, Sam, I wish you were there, but it was a once in a lifetime opportunity, and I'm afraid you missed it.
I do feel privileged to
Yeah.
have seen some strange animals in the
Yeah.
wild.
But enough about my parents. What about the TV show?
The TV show.
Yeah, rate it.
Yeah.
Go on.
Oh, okay. I'll give that a solid 8 out of 10.
You
I
gave it
would.
an 8 out of 10, but you don't know its title.
I couldn't tell you for life what the title was.
So yeah, so Miles arrived on the Sunday, and then the Monday morning, I'd say around midday,
Mm-hmm.
I think Sam arrived, and we got the train to go meet him, and then we brought him back to my house, obviously. And then about 10 minutes later, we all left my house to go stay at a lovely hostel.
I don't know if it was 10
Which,
minutes on, was it not? We literally, as soon as we got to your house, it was like a matter of I shook your father's hand. We exchanged phone numbers. That sounds weirder than it's meant to. I meant for like safety reasons, and then
Yeah,
like
Got kicked
and then
out.
got kicked out.
yeah,
Nick
pretty
didn't
much.
approve of me.
No, he doesn't approve of anyone, to be fair.
Oh.
Still doesn't of me. Anyway, so we went to stay.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun.
Yeah. So we went to stay at the hostel, and I think that was an experience in itself. To be honest, I think it was 5 days.
Oh yeah.
5 days, 4 nights. I think.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
in the brilliant little village of Goring and Streatley, my retirement location.
Oh, it was brilliant.
Yeah, it was. There wasn't a lot there. It was kind of it was somewhere where you would retire. It was a little village with like a nice bridge and then a few like shops and restaurants, and that's literally it.
It was
We were
nice for
there.
scenery, but I couldn't imagine someone of our age actually living there because it doesn't seem like there's going to be much to do.
Yeah.
There wasn't even
Yeah.
like a pub. Oh, there was a pub.
It was
there was
fun.
like 2 pubs. That was it. Yeah.
There was a very high class bar and
Oh,
restaurant.
we don't speak of the Cobbler Club in these parts. I still can't. Oh no! What? Who was it? But the Superman actor. What's he called?
Henry Cavill.
Ooh.
Henry. We don't talk about Henry Cavill here.
There was a man who looked exactly like Henry Cavill who worked there, and I
Yeah.
think we were there.
I remember
We were
him.
there to film. Yeah, you weren't there, Harvey.
Oh,
Sorry.
I'm sure I was.
You were there in spirit and in the heart.
Yeah.
I was. In reality, it was like 30 degrees, so I was on my bed
Don't get me started.
in
about
agony.
Oh, the
the heat.
temperature.
That is a story for a bit later on, I think.
That was
God.
fun. So yeah, we moved into this lovely place, and we were staying there for 4 nights, 5 days to basically film as much of Annihilation as we could. Using what we had. We brought all of our like costumes, all our camera equipment, and a bunch of food and everything that we would need, and we all just threw it into one room.
Reshoot's coming soon.
And little did we know, I don't think we knew this ahead. It was I think around that time it was literally like nearly 40 degrees.
Oh
It
no,
probably-
it was 39 degrees, I think.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was not great. And we were doing a film all in big winter coats, so that was fun.
Yeah, imagine going on a
Um,
holiday in the middle of summer and you take a big, massive, or 2 actually. I had to take 2 big overcoats.
Oh, it's 40 degrees. Do you want to go well with this? A nice winter coat, yeah. So that's what we did.
I don't know how you coped in all those coats. I was, well, I don't want to give you that image, but it was not nice here.
I'd love to see
Oh.
the image, Harvey.
Oh.
I could not believe how hot it was. Like because I'm way up in the north east of Scotland. I think the hottest it has ever been here was 22 degrees,
crikey.
24, and then suddenly it was 39 degrees.
Oh, poor Miles.
I don't know if you saw this in me, but as soon as I went outside, I could literally feel the heat like impact.
Like
I
a
always
Rooney.
felt like I was going to pass out, and I really need to get like drinks every day. To
I'm
take.
sorry, do I have to
yeah.
remind you who had to wear 3 masks?
I know. I know.
Oh yeah.
It was like a leisure centre taking off the main mask.
See, Sam was wearing masks before we had to.
Yeah.
Sam, didn't you say you were like you weren't too bad during that?
I was
period,
really
so-
sweaty, as you would be, but I'm someone who can deal with heat really well. So like, whilst you guys were melting on the floor, you were like physically puddles. I was just there ready to do like jumping jacks and shit in my full outfit, big turtleneck and stuff.
If you were in our position, you would have. I don't think you would have made it, to be honest.
I think probably actually, because if we're talking about like the turtleneck outfit, my costume is thickest of all the costumes, and there is.
Yeah.
If I was in your position, I would have not survived. No.
No, you
But
wouldn't have made it. But...
I've sort of, it's kind of insane because when this whole like pandemic's over and stuff, and you're gonna have like, everybody going out and well, I live at a beach, so like when you get everyone walking on the beach, they're all gonna be fine. I'll still be rocking around wearing turtlenecks and stuff in like the summer sun.
Bloody hell! Yeah, but can we take a moment just to talk about the room that we were staying in?
I mean, I'd rather not reflect back on it, but you know, for the sake of the audience, we'll paint a picture. Imagine the most horriblest green you possibly could.
Yeah.
Okay, so it was this small, really small room.
No aircon.
No aircon whatsoever.
2 bunk
40
beds,
degree
1 regular
weather.
bed.
Three people staying within that space, with 1 fan, which
Tiny fan.
it didn't do anything unless you were right next to it.
The only time I got proper sleep was when, it was the fan was right up to me, and then you guys were talking about a sci-fi show.
Oh
but
yeah.
because the fan was right up next to me, I ended up managing to fall asleep, but no one ever moved it for the rest of the night, so I slept the whole night.
Huh. Yeah, but
I slept quite a lot.
I think above that, the worst part was that the room was infested with bugs.
Oh, so many
Oh.
everywhere.
I don't want to like kind of over exaggerate. I think there were at least 200 or 300.
Oh, and
I'd say there
also
was more than that.
not just even like the little bugs as well. Remember the lightning storm? We were all happy next to the window and stuff, and there was the big ass
That was
spider
amazing.
crawling down the window.
Don't.
Oh
even...
well, I don't mind spiders, so it just added more atmosphere for me. But I know you two are.
As
Arachnophobes.
Harvey knows from the other day, because I think he's the only one who's on the call, I despise spiders.
Oh yeah, we had great. Well, it was great for me listening to Sam's slightly theatrical reaction.
Oh, Sam. Right.
I got
so
to whack it with a broom.
I was like the man of the,
The time room.
the man of the room. Yes. But I felt like the man of the room whenever there was a moth or there was a spider, because I was the one that was tasked in somehow getting rid of it for use, yet trying to let it live.
Imagine having one adult and
I
one
would-
almost adult being not catered, being like looked after by somebody a year younger.
Right. Okay. So after those 5 days, we finally escaped living hell. My mum came and collected us, and we all went back to my house where there was proper aircon, bigger rooms, nicer beds, and everything. And then we went to collect Harvey because Harvey arrived. I think was it on the Friday?
Yeah,
Mhm.
Friday midday.
Friday midday, Harvey arrives.
Yeah, I was stuck in traffic since Monday, so
He
Can I
finally
just say-
arrives.
Can I just say, before this, when we got taken back, it was about 9 a.m. So we had about 5 hours. Hang on, about 3 or 4 hours
maths time.
Until Harvey arrived. So I ended up managing to take a nap where I would be sleeping that night at your house, and it was such a pleasant nap. Like I don't think I've had a better. I think that is the peak of naps in my lifetime.
Mhm.
It was such a nice relieving moment to be sleeping in a cold sort of area
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it, Myles.
That was the highlight of the week.
I'm sure you'd have a great night the next night as well. Was it the next night when disaster struck?
Yeah, no, I wished.
We won't
I wished too
get
much.
there yet.
Yeah, I wished far too much for something to happen. But
Okay, so Harvey arrived, and we all went back to mine. I can't really remember what happened after that though. We all went back to mine.
I believe we had like half an hour break and then we got straight into filming.
Yeah.
Can I just detail the moment I walked out of that train station? I'm stood there for a bit, and then I can't remember if you all were. I remember Myles distinctly, but three of you walk around the corner in sync with sunglasses and everything kitted out. It was weird.
I can't. You're probably just on the edge, you're probably just deciding whether or not to just turn around and go back home after that. But
Yeah, I was tempted.
but yeah, so
I missed the woman I sat next to on the train. We had some fun times.
I'm sure you did. I'm sure you did.
Not gonna lie, I thought you said Mr. Woman, and I got really confused. They're like, what?
I just get concerned when I'm on a train and some woman who takes up slightly more than one seat comes and sit next to me.
Oh, I wouldn't worry, Harvey. You love it, don't you?
Yeah. Anyway, so we went back to yours. I think we got into costume and we just kind of left as soon as possible.
Yeah, get too much of my parents is painful, so kind of.
I loved your parents. They were really hospitable.
Thank you.
actually, there is a story
You're
about
welcome.
Ed's parents.
Is there?
When we get on to Saturday, yeah.
Yeah, we'll
We'll leave it at that.
We'll just fold that up and get rid of it.
Right. So what did we went out and we just kind of filmed a few scenes, and then I think that was the Friday. So we did as much as we could on the Friday. I don't believe we did anything else on the Friday.
That was
No, it's just filming. I mean, we had the dominoes. I remember that. That was interesting.
We
It was-
did, didn't we?
Yeah.
that was really nice.
Myles was a big fan as well.
Ah, yeah.
Did we film the bit with all of us and the masks and everything that day? Because I remember filming with me and
We filmed
Sam.
the it was like the sort of like park bench scene from and then it was we filmed the final act of the film as well.
Yeah.
Oh, it's all coming back to me.
Okay.
Yeah. So we got all that done. We had our pizza, and then we went to bed. And then I think disaster struck for Myles, and I'll let you do that bit.
So the whole week I had been like just saying to Sam around like, oh my god, because the showers in the hostel were horrendous, and I kept saying I need to sleep in a nice cool room. I need to have a proper chill shower, and my wish came true when I got both. So because we had the window open, I think that night the weather broke that pattern of being extremely hot, and it cooled down for the weekend on the Friday because it started raining. And whilst we've been sleeping, I was awoken at it must have been about 4 a.m. and
Right.
I heard creaking. I was like, "What is that sound?" And I'm like, is someone walking up to us? Is someone walking downstairs or something? Because we were in a room that you go upstairs into, and everyone was in bed, so I was getting a bit creeped out, thinking, maybe there's some dark magic at play, and then I went back to sleep, and I heard the creaking getting louder, going, and all I felt was just cold water all over me, because essentially I was sleeping directly below the window, which is like a roof window, and the water had made it tilt down into the side where it would fall onto me. And then
Nothing makes me happier than the fact I witnessed that.
I know, because
I was so happy I woke up.
Harvey woke up to it. No one else woke up. I think Ed said something. I don't know if Ed reacted to it in his dream or something, but he was like, "Wow."
Yeah, I think Ed just kind of woke up for a second, then just dropped straight back on.
Yeah.
I don't recall a thing about that. I won't lie. I wish I recalled all of it. I wish I saw it, but I can't remember a thing.
I had no idea what to do, and Harvey was like, "Oh, well, we only got like 2 more hours. Just do something quickly." I was like, "Oh, I can't get changed now, can I?" And like, no. And then I said, "Should I try and get new bed sheets because they were soaked?" And he's like, "No, just improvise." I was like, "How?" And then, so I ended up having to just flip it. So what would have been the top area was now the bottom area.
Oh, Christ.
But yeah, I mean, I really did make do with the situation, and to be honest, it was a nice, pleasant cooling down still.
Oh, that.
I was quite a nice friend that night.
Indeed, very supportive. Oh,
Mm.
Or
and
me.
then
I didn't even. I don't think I've ever heard this story until now.
Really?
oh really?
Yeah, I swear down.
Really?
Oh my god.
And I was like the next bed along, so like, I don't know how
You were right next to Myles.
Oh, but then I loved later on because I think we got to sleep about 3 a.m. and we had to be up at 6 to get into London on time for LFCC.
Right.
And so this was about 4 a.m. So we had about 2 hours left. So then, but we only in total had only about 3 or 4 hours sleep this night. So I woke up not wanting to get out of bed, and then I hear Harvey going. I can't remember. I don't know the rest of the context of the situation, but I remember just Harvey doing an impression of Graham from Series 11 going, "What do you mean? We had 3 glorious hours."
Oh, bloody.
It was-
What?
Oh, I forgot about that. That's amazing.
What a great first night and kind of day that we had. I can't remember what happened on the
Can I just say?
Oh, go on. Yep.
No, you go on.
Oh, thank you.
No, I'm
Harvey.
joking. I'll
Oh,
go on.
alright.
We got up ridiculous hours for both days of Comic Con, and we missed the morning photo shoots both days.
Oh. See, I didn't really mind because I didn't really have any ones that I could miss.
Crisis.
My poor Nicola Bryant photo shoot.
Don't worry, Sam.
We were about 2 minutes late for it.
And then my Jenna
It's okay,
Coleman
Sam.
one.
We met her at least.
Oh no, she met you. She didn't say a single word to me.
I mean, she did compare me to her dog.
Okay, yeah, I think I'd rather her not speak to me at all.
So wait, hang on. On Saturday, what time did we wake up?
It was like 6.
6.
Mhm.
Okay. So yeah, I
Oh.
think we.
I think it was more like 5:30. I have a feeling.
Really?
I might be wrong.
I feel like it might have been 6. But I remember
I think
me and Harvey walked down to your kitchen, Ed, together, and then suddenly, suddenly we hear movement, and then we see someone's lying on the sofa in the kitchen. We had no idea who this was at the moment.
that scared me.
So we were both getting scared, and then it was your dad. He was like, "Oh, morning, lads," and we're like, "Oh, hi."
Hello, children.
Oh, Nick. Oh, Christ. Alright, so then we all kind of rushed to kind of get dressed and have food. Was I right in saying my dad drove us to a train station?
I believe that was the
Yeah.
It was the second day because we were very late for Comic Con on the second one.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, no, you're right. Yeah.
So we got the train, and then we went into London for Comic Con, and I think what photo shoots did we all have Saturday? I honestly can't remember.
Can't remember the days of any of them.
Sylvester McCoy was Saturday, I think.
It was for me, Chris Eccleston, and was it Jenna Coleman that day?
So don't mind me.
I think you had
Yeah.
you two had Jenna Coleman on the Saturday, and I got her on the Sunday.
Uh-huh. Don't remind me.
Ed was like a while behind me in the queue, but like a gentleman, I got in at the back with him.
Oh yeah, that was lovely of you. Thanks, Harvey.
You're very welcome.
Oh god, I remember the Jenna Coleman thing because what happened is because I think I was doing, I don't know about you guys, but I was doing the ticket thing for the paying for stuff on my phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think everyone pretty much does that, but what happened is I got to the front of like the queue and my phone had died. So I was like, oh,
yeah.
bloody
Ouch.
hell! I've spent 35 quid on this Jenna Coleman photo shoot. So I was like mass panic. I was at like the front. I was in like that bit, when you kind of go into the wall bit where it's all like blocked off. I was like, crap. So I had to ask this random person behind me, who I'm still grateful for, and I just said, "Hi, sorry, my phone's run out of battery. Can I log into my email address on your phone to try and find it?" And he was like, "Yeah, go ahead." So I tried doing that. It just wouldn't log in for some reason. So I don't know if he still has access to my email, but who knows? he might be checking my emails for me at this rate.
Who knows what he'll find?
But yeah. So I was like, oh crap. So what the hell am I gonna do? And then I kind of I spoke to one of the staff members. I was like, my phone's ran out of battery, and they had to search my name up. They're like, oh, don't worry, we'll search you up. You'll be on the list. So I told them my name, and then they searched me up. It just doesn't show up. So I'm like, they're like, oh, it looks like you haven't bought it. And I was like, well, I have. And it turns out they'd searched my name wrong. So that was a bit of unnecessary panic. They did it right, and I was there. And they're like, all right, yeah, you go through. I was like, oh, sweet. Turns out it was like a 4-second photo shoot, and then I was out. What was that all about? Like, I get
we worked it out, didn't we?
Oh yeah,
£9
it was
a second.
£10 per second with Jenna Coleman. I don't know why I'm still going on about it. But it's nearly a year on, but it still annoys me.
I think it's. I mean, all photo shoots need to be brief because of the amount of people
Yeah.
that they have to go through. But I think it's the way, and there is definitely a lot of people I know for a fact who were not happy with Jenna Coleman, just because of, I think it was just because there was a lack of interaction, like eye contact, which, I mean, like, people argue that, they don't have to be like that because all you're really paying for is a photo, but it's quite nice to at least have some sort of contact.
Yeah, it's not about how long it is, like the interaction. It's just about like if you're taking nearly 40 quid from someone, like they kind of expect that kind of politeness that you would want from 40 quid, especially if it
you need to connect.
Yeah, you need to actually act like they're in the same room as you.
Well, I mean, it's like, it's like if I went up and it's like if I went, because I had her phone. I just got a photo of her in time with 1 minute to spare on Sunday, and like there was definitely there wasn't as much of a boundary with YouTube, but there was definitely like why I tried to sort of like say, oh, I'm a big fan of like Victoria and Doctor Who and that, but she wasn't like, she never said like thank you or anything. It was just a bit.
Yeah.
You can see on my photo I managed to, because I wanted to make contact, I got a cheeky little elbow rub.
Oh, don't say
Like a little
that.
brush.
Jenna's lawyers will be round your house tomorrow.
Oh no, right, shit, bye.
Right, but yeah, like I could see that, like, because obviously, like, when you queue, you can see other people's as like before you take yours, and I could see that she was like actively, it's like almost trying to create distance between herself and the person that she was getting they were getting the photo with. So I was like, okay. So when it came to my photo, I kind of actively tried to push myself closer to make it look a bit less awkward, almost. I think.
Imagine if she had have moved away as you moved closer.
No, then it was like I'm trying to like weirdly grope her or something, but luckily it didn't look like that. But like I think in doing so, I think I made the photo look more awkward because I'm just in this weird position now. And then we're both doing. I can't remember what my photo. I think we're both doing completely different like hand things. So it's just a mess. It's a complete mess. But that's my rant over. I was just a little bit disappointed.
I did hear that from people on Twitter following the weekend. Like there was a certain incident that happened early on during the weekend for her, which, to be honest, I do see why she'd be quite tense around fans after what I had heard supposedly happened. Like, obviously, I'm taking it with a grain of salt, but yeah.
Okay.
There was a few things which were.
A photo with Jenna's a photo with Jenna, so I'll take anything.
Yeah, I guess it's it's in the past now. It doesn't really matter. Like I'm not gonna hold anything against. Obviously, she won't care if I hold anything against because she's never gonna see me again. But like, you know, like, it's just you know, you kind of pay the money you expect. Like at least you know, just a bit more than just a photo without any like, you know, recognition that you're even there. But like, oh well, doesn't matter. It was still a great weekend, and I got to hang out with everyone and get to meet people, and it was fun. It was definitely fun.
We made friends with certain individuals then.
We did. It was nice going around and just talking to people that you know that you've heard about online, or you've kind of maybe spoke to very briefly online, or you've watched their stuff, and you kind of get to meet them in person, have a little chat with them, which is nice.
Especially when their back is facing towards you and they're moving away as you move.
Oh
closer.
Yeah, there are some people that you know you were going to talk to, but then they end up walking away from you, and you're like, oh okay. But yeah, it was.
That seems like
enjoyable.
that's like everybody I tried to speak to at the Comic-Con. But it's even worse when they're facing your direction. You start talking, then they would start walking away. Myles.
Wait, what?
No, I'm kidding.
Oh.
I'm kidding.
Shade.
You got me really scared and confused there.
I mean, we all met like the Geek's handbag and everything, so that was cool.
That was very nice. Yeah, it was nice to have a little chat with them. But yeah, Comic-Con was really good. I got to it's I think it's my second Comic-Con, but the first one, I don't know, it wasn't great. I didn't get any photos with anyone. I kind of didn't really understand what was going on. So I kind of just went and just stood there for a bit and then went home, so it was a bit crap. So this was my first kind of, I'd say, proper one where I kind of really got into it. And it was enjoyable. I think I got... Who did I get a photo with? It was obviously Jenna, and then there was Sylvester McCoy, and then there was... Oh, what's his name? The one who's the next Doctor?
David Morrissey.
David Morrissey.
I got a lovely photo with him. And he was lovely. I had a chat with him. He was lovely to talk to, so...
I'm still.
What did he
I'm
tell
upset,
you?
Though, he never did tweet about Christopher Eccleston.
He didn't. We had chat
Yeah, that's it.
About how expensive Christopher Eccleston's photos and autographs were, and he said he would tweet Christopher Eccleston, saying that he was charging too much, but he never did. But
you gotta say exactly what he said. Wasn't it like he was calling him like a greedy bastard or something like that?
Yeah, that was funny to be fair. But you know what? It was very nice talking to me. He's lovely. So they were all pretty much lovely, to be honest. So
agreed.
With the obvious exception.
Did anyone else waste a lot of money that weekend? Like hundreds.
Oh yeah.
I'd say close to that. Yeah. I mean, everything's just really expensive there.
Imagine buying a sonic screwdriver just for your Eccleston photo, but then it just breaks on the day.
Oh, don't worry.
So that was wasted. I bought a Cyberman figure that's on display in a shelf that's covered by a cupboard door. And I couldn't go to my Sylvester McCoy photo shoot, so I gave that to you, Sam.
Oh yeah.
But I gave it to you for half the price I bought it for.
I'll pay you back eventually.
No.
You've made a big deal about it on the podcast now. Gotta pay you back.
No.
Whoa.
Oh yeah. No. Sam paid me back immediately after that day, and we became friends ever since. Not that we weren't before, but
I
extra
see.
friends.
Oh,
There's a lot of tension on the Friday, wasn't there? No, but yeah, I think from what I can tell, everyone really enjoyed the Comic-Con. So
I remember
didn't.
I spent about
Disgraceful.
2 good hours. John Barrowman, I met John Barrowman, but before that, we spent me and Sam spent a good 2 hours looking for was it Overwatch?
Oh, Overwatch pop vinyls. I wasn't leaving until I got some of like the harder ones to get. I needed them for my collection. Mm-hmm. And you know what? I ended up getting the ones you could just get in the shop anyway. So
nice. Well, I'm glad to see you. You know, you did what was needed. I'm glad. But yeah, like literally, all Comic-Con really is just you meet film actors. And
it's
TV
like
actors
how I like to describe it is it's like imagine like a car boot sale inside, and they invite celebrities there.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
It's just really overpriced, like cheap, like clothes and toys and stuff.
I was gonna say if you find a bargain, it's also cheaper. It's very weird how Comic-Con works because you can find especially if you know the value of stuff, you could either find something that's incredibly cheap or incredibly overpriced.
Oh,
There
I
is
got
no, like-
ripped off.
Ah, yes, £20.
Nothing.
£20 for an old Sonic.
Nothing at Comic Con is really its actual price. It's either cheaper than retail or more expensive than retail. Nothing is really regular.
Uh-huh.
Sorry, can I just say,
No.
£20 for a Sonic with an
Go.
£20 for a Sonic with an invisible ink pen, but it doesn't have the light 'cause they couldn't afford to put it in. Sorry, it was...
Harvey, do you not carry a UV torch around with you everywhere you go?
Oh yeah, right. Where did I put it?
I'm actually going
Here
to
we
make
go.
a petition to get like your phone torch replaced with a UV torch.
Oh, that would be good. Because who uses the torch nowadays? But yeah, I think I got a Jodie Whittaker pop vinyl for 27 quid.
Oh, we almost had a scrap over
Wait,
that.
we did have a scrap. Thank you very much.
Wait, how much did you pay for it?
27 quid or something like that, wasn't it?
Would you
Oh,
like to
yeah, I can't
repeat? Would you
remember.
like to repeat that price again?
£27, Sam.
The retail price of a pop vinyl is £10, and the Jodie one is still in shops.
Sam, I was. I'm not going to create an excuse. That was a stupid move on my part, and you know what? I regret it. But
Ed,
I'll live with it. I'll live with it.
did you buy any books while you were there, Ed?
Did I buy any books? No.
Yeah.
I'm not really much of a book person.
I mean, you did.
Did I?
You did buy a book.
Oh,
A
bloody
book.
hell. Alright,
What-
so we
Yeah.
all met. What was
I was
his
about to say
name?
Lee Binding.
Andrew Cartmel. Andrew Cartmel. No, we all met Andrew Cartmel, who's a lovely man.
A legend.
Yeah.
I think Harvey and was it Myles?
Me and Myles got very.
I love
familiar.
it. I love
They
this
they had
because it
they
was
both like you know had a chat with him for
Yeah, we're-
hours, and he was
when we all grouped up again. Harvey and I were like saying we're going to go over speak with Andrew Cartmel and whatnot, and you're like, okay, we'll be back in like 5 minutes and that. When they came back to
Yes.
find us 5 minutes later, not only were we just still talking to him, we were actually behind the desk, sitting next to him.
it's like you two
Yeah.
were then selling products for somehow.
Yeah, he was very nice. He just, if you wanted to like speak to him about his work, he just invited you behind his desk to sit with him for. I think he probably intended like 5 minutes. Most people would want to stay, but we were there more than once and quite a long time.
And then we all ended up buying like books, like his book, like of like what was it about? I don't really know what it was about, but I imagine it was about like his time working on Doctor Who when he did.
Yeah, he kept like basically like a diary of while he was script editing the show.
So I ended up paying for the book. I think it was like 25 quid because I got it signed and everything. And then I only
Yeah.
went and left it on the London Underground on the way back that day. So that was a short-lived purchase.
The London Underground was just such a liability for that entire weekend. Like, there was so many like flaws. I mean, there was that whole like shard conundrum,
Shard.
and
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I didn't like how the people who worked on London Underground were though. They just like, yeah, I get they see the map every day. I get they get asked the questions, but they don't have to be so cocky about where the shard was. But then in our own defence, there was literally just a route called the shard. So
Yeah, that was bad on our part, but we were trying our best.
also us being mega sneaky boys trying to cheat the system by rescanning the doors when we got in for the wrong way. Like the little
But yeah, so what was it? So we did both our days at Comic Con. I think on the Sunday after Comic Con we went and did more filming for Annihilation.
we did
by
the
Shard.
shot and the London Bridge. That was it. Or Tower?
Yeah.
No, London Bridge.
Oh yeah.
And we recreated Rose.
Oh yeah.
We did recreate. Oh,
What
you,
is it?
you guys
What?
Did.
Yeah, the Westminster Bridge scene where you don't actually see the bridge, but it's next to the bridge, and you can see the London Eye in the background.
Yeah. That was fun
Fantastic.
to do. Yeah. And then so we did the London shoot, and then we just got the train back, didn't we? And then we went back to mine.
I think so.
And
Yeah.
And I think when we got to a certain train station, it turned out that there were no more trains running, so we had to get my dad to come and collect us.
Oh yeah, the panic when we got to like the very end of the.
Yeah. Oh, that was definitely something. And then I think
Yeah.
the Monday, you went home, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I think there was the whole conundrum with us not quite getting on the train the first time when you all guys were going back.
I got on with me and Sam got on, and Sam's like little suitcase was on, and so was mine. But Sam, what did you get off for?
Oh, because I was
It was
wondering where they
also-
were because they
It was
hadn't
also
come in yet,
because
so I went to go
I
check
had your
on them
bag
quick.
filled with
And
the
then when
stuff
we
you bought
found,
at LFCC. I carried that for you.
That's it.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
And the door closed, and off I went with Sam's luggage.
Off Harvey went with Sam's bag.
but it was like sort of like that like generic sort of like movie moment where we had just entered the train station. You could see his little face peering through the window as the train started to like.
What I love
Take
the
off.
most is that I thought Harry would get off at Twyford with both the hand luggage and that, and just wait for us to get the next one there. But no, he stayed on the train, came back.
I stayed on the
Came all the way back.
No, do you know, because that obviously made me late for my next train and the next train, so on. I got a telling off for that at one point.
Wait, by who?
Did you?
But yeah, it was just because he was coming round scanning the tickets, and I just didn't really think about it, because I could have just pretended to be asleep or something, and he probably would have been too awkward to wake me up. But no, I let him scan my ticket, and he was like, "It's not working. Hang on a sec." And then he was like, "Well, this was valid earlier, but it isn't valid anymore. So next time, can you just make sure you're on time for the right train, please?" It's like, "Yes, sir. Sorry, sir."
Didn't you also?
Yeah, I think that was the end of it.
I was going to say, Harry, didn't you also get? Didn't you have to try and like reason with the train conductor on the train that we missed as well, saying that the threat you're going to stay on to get us, well, like wait for us to come back and get on.
Now, I do remember, as I can't remember what happened with him, if I'm honest, but I do remember a specific guy. I can picture his face visually.
Can you give us a little description of that, maybe?
He was. No, I can't.
Oh. But yeah, and then I think off Sam and Harvey went, and then I think we dropped Myles. Wait, Myles, did you go back that day as well?
Yeah, but then we had like because they were in the morning. I was late after, like I was like tea time. I was meant to, or just about like evening. I was flying home, so I remember you went and got a haircut, and I went and sat alone at Costa.
Oh, you sat in Costa, yeah. And you waited for me to
Cheeky.
get my haircut, which I was meant to get before filming, but I think the shop was closed. So I was like, oh, sick. Guess I'm not having a haircut for the film. So yeah, I got my haircut, and then we all dropped Myles back off at the airport, and off he went on his little journey back to Scotland.
Such a hassle at Heathrow every time though. So I got beeped by security, and I asked. Well, then I had to wait for my bag. It was my rucksack this time, which it's never been my rucksack. It's always been. I've always left like aftershave or something in my suitcase. So, me and Heathrow did not get on. Like, I've had so much bad experiences at Heathrow. One of them being, because did I tell you that I fell onto the conveyor belt when I arrived at the start of the week?
You fell on the conveyor belt.
Well, it's the first time I had to use a conveyor thing because the Flybe wouldn't. They like fined me because my thingy wasn't apparently suitable for cabin luggage.
You fell on the conveyor belt.
Yeah, well, I had to try and reach. Well, I was taking a video of it because I found it really funny because it was a very vibrant green suitcase. But then I realised, hang on, I have to pick this up before it goes away. So I had to try and lunge in quickly and I ended up tripping onto it.
You jumped on the conveyor belt to save your.
I've got a snap of it, I think, saying I've just fallen onto the conveyor belt. Because then the tannoy went off saying, "Can all people please remove hands and feet from the conveyor belt?"
Oh, Myles.
But
Can I just say, Myles had so many unfortunate moments. Well, I say so many. Two, the conveyor belt and the water incident in bed. They both go down as some of the funniest things I've heard / seen in my life.
There was also the time in the hospital, Sam and I got locked out with a bunch of people.
Oh, with the Russian mafia, was there? There was
What?
no, there was genuinely there was these three Slav guys with deep Russian accent. So they were the chaviest of Chav's Russian guys, and he came up to the door and he was trying to open it with us, and they were like, "Oh no, don't budge," and I was like, "Oh no, please don't kill us, please don't kill us. We're trying to side with you.
We're just trying to make a Doctor Who
Spare
fan
us.
film.
Spare us, we'll join your cause. Spare, please."
And then, but yeah, then on the way home from Heathrow, I got stopped because my suitcase, not my suitcase, my rucksack, and they're like, okay, look, we've stopped you because we're suspicious on how much lithium you're carrying. I was like, lithium? And they're like, you may find that in batteries. And then I knew exactly why, because I had my camera in there, with my external mic, and then the most embarrassing part, I had all the props that we used to film, so I had to take out these sonic screwdrivers and sort of explain what they are.
Oh Christ, that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you never want to do that. I think I've only experienced something like that once, and that was when I was going up to Myles's a previous time, and I had, what was it, the sloth.
Yeah.
Because in Scotland, Myles and I bought these sloth toys.
It's a long story.
And then they were like, right, we're gonna look around your bag, 'cause I think I left toothpaste or something in it. And then they open it just to see a sloth's face staring at them, and they were like, "What's this then?" And I was like, "It's just a toy." And they're like, "All right." So yeah,
What is this? What is this? It's a sloth.
Just-
A what? God damn it!
So yeah, I think I've experienced something similar, but it's always just a pain when you have to try and explain some random item. How many weird items do you think they see in a day?
Too many.
Quite.
Yeah.
I doubt the sonic screwdriver is the most weirdest thing they've
Yeah, I
seen.
wouldn't worry, Myles. I think you're right.
Although the way the woman who was sort of investigating, you could tell she'd never seen Doctor Who or anything like this because she was looking at it like I don't know what.
Uh-huh.
Oh no.
Could be a dangerous weapon.
Well, I was
In the
trying
wrong
to.
hands.
I thought she was thinking it might be like a detonator or something. So I was trying to persuade her it was not a detonator.
My mind was going in a completely different direction from violence. Could have possibly been to the
Oh,
right.
Sam.
Well, Sam,
Then again, in the right hands.
if you try hard enough, it could be violence.
I hate that.
But
Oh god.
But I think the week was, I mean, despite us not using the footage, it was definitely a successful weekend. It was enjoyable. So, whilst we're not going to be using any of the footage for the actual film, I'm happy we still did it. It is sad that we can't do it again this year because,
Big no. Big
yeah,
pandemic.
the big no. But you know what?
Dun, 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 dun.
I have to say I did. Okay, Sam. No. I have to say I did very much enjoy it, and I think we're going to do the same next year, right? I'm guessing.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully we could go
That
for
weekend is definitely a
hopefully we
highlight.
could go for like
So,
2 weeks.
Tune back in next year for the podcast.
We'll be back again this time next year. But yeah, no, I did enjoy it.
I'm just wondering if we can top the highs and the lows of last year.
Oh yeah, guaranteed.
There were definitely.
Can we
a
get
lot
any
of both.
more?
Well, I just want
Do
to
we
say.
really want? Is that our goal? Our goal is to top the lows. We want worse scenarios next
Yeah.
time, please.
Well,
Yeah.
let's face
Yeah.
it. By next year, we can all just go out to a bar, which is a scary thought.
Oh, you know the cafe scene you wanted for Annihilation Mars. Can we do it at a bar instead? The doctor's just sat there with
Just
a pint.
a nightclub. That'd be perfect. But yeah, is there any other things that anyone wants to say?
Yeah.
Only that I was properly. I mean, you lot more so than I was, but for me personally, I was properly sleep deprived, and that's the only time after that weekend that I've slept during the day for like a decade.
Oh, because you're quite an early one, aren't you, Harvey?
quite an early one. Yes, indeed. Yeah, but
See that if we end up doing like a week or two next week, oh, Harvey's not gonna survive. Do we really have to bring Harvey along with us?
no, I'm gonna persevere.
Right, is there any other points that anyone wants to make before we end this off?
I think we've had a pretty solid start for a first podcast. We've had about an hour and 5 minutes.
Yeah, I think that's pretty good.
So woo!
I think
Yeah, my Wi-Fi appeared to want to ruin it at the start, but it's kind of...
Oh, it makes it for a funny start though. I think that's
yeah,
pretty...
definitely.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Oh,
What happened?
what was
Harvey's
that?
just died.
Literally,
Oh.
literally, if we ended this podcast 3 minutes earlier, we'd be fine. Right. Okay. So I think we're gonna leave it there. If anyone does have any questions for either any one of us,
Or suggestions on
feel
what to
free
discuss.
to ask. Yeah, feel free to
Then
ask.
keep them to yourselves.
Yeah, we don't want to know.
We don't care.
Yeah, just go away. Don't tune in next time.
We don't want
Please.
you. Right, but
Dirty people.
if you have made it this
Dirty.
far, obviously, thank you for watching. Again, thank you to the person who made the artwork, Ewan. I think we'll leave his link in the description if you want to go check out his stuff. It's a great...
Watching.
Yes. Listening. Yeah. You could be watching it. But yeah, thank you very much for listening. I think everyone say goodbye at the same time.
Okay.
Bye.
5, 4,
Bye.
3, 2, 1.
Bye.
Bye.
Alright, yeah, should we end it now?
Yeah, let's
Alright.
end it.
Alright, see ya.
Konnichiwa.